guys, what's up? It's me, Thomas. Today we're back here with Nostalgia Critic. Today we got The Mummy Returns. So this is the sequel to the 1999 Fraser film, The Mummy. So, sorry. Anyway, so we're going to check it out. It's The Rock's debut, so let's check it out. Be sure to like, subscribe for more. Hope you enjoy. Here we go.
This episode brought to you by Stamps.com. Why go to the store to get stamps when you can have them printed right at home for your convenience?
What's wrong?
Hi, producer whose name the audience will forget if we said it.
Hey, Rock, you excited to be in your first movie?
Hey, it's Dwayne Johnson now. If I'm gonna be starring in movies, I should be using my real name, shouldn't I?
Well, there's
Ron,
been some
please
changes.
still be a part of his name.
Changes.
Yes, you're no longer the star of the movie. The studio thinks that Brendan Fraser's gonna have longer lasting power than a guy called The Rock.
Oh,
if
so
only they did.
I'm a supporting role.
Yeah, and if it goes well, they'll give you your own movie afterwards.
Oh, that's Hollywood, isn't it? I've come this far, I could wait a little longer.
Wonderful. We'll have the script for you soon.
Yo.
Yeah?
Hey, another change.
Again?
You've gone from being supporting role to just being in the opening and ending.
Really?
Yeah, they think Rachel Weisz and this new child actor are gonna be a lot bigger than you.
All
I
right,
know.
well, just keep me posted when you get the lines.
Will do.
Buddy. What?
Hello?
So you don't really have any lines, you just sort of frown after losing a battle. Can you do that? Are you doing it?
Yes, I'm doing it.
Wonderful. This is gonna be your big breakout role.
Now
So
what?
you're being replaced with the CG puppet at the end?
What?
You remember Marta from Arrested Development?
No, it doesn't exist
Yes.
yet.
Well, she's in the movie and they think she's gonna be a bigger star than you.
Sweet Jesus.
So if you can get those effects done by Friday, that'd be perfect.
Wait, you
Friday,
want me
what?
to do the effects for the movie?
Yeah, they figure if your lazy ass wasn't gonna star in it, you might as well make yourself useful.
I've
You
never
made me
done
that.
CG animation in my life.
Come on, you have a $98 million budget behind you. How bad could it
And now, number 2 on the worst CG effects of all time, The Rock from The Mummy Returns.
I did my best.
Yeah, even I would have been like, not my fault! How about they shot them on your first day of the job? Here we go.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia.
Hey, Critic, how you doing?
Remember it so you don't have to. It's funny. When the 1999 version of The Mummy came out, a lot of people were surprisingly saying they preferred this fun, expensive B-movie to the incredibly anticipated Star Wars The Phantom Menace. So,
Is that
I
another
guess
guy?
it's fitting
Maybe?
that their follow-up should be the equivalent of Rise of Skywalker.
Okay, that's just harsh. Sheesh. It's that bad. Keep the continuity.
Now let me clarify. Something like Star Wars had a lot more to let down. It is goofy too, but it had a lot of spiritual, philosophical, and mythological elements. The Mummy films from day one knew they were mindless fluff, and most everybody was okay with that. But like Rise of Skywalker, it abandoned any sense of pacing and character and replaced it with constant action and exposition. So when you're supposed to feel for a character, it honestly comes across as more humorous. In fact, a lot of this movie is pretty dull when you're sitting through it because it gives you so little to care about. But when you actually look at the structure, how much it throws at you, and why characters do what they do, it's pretty hilarious. It's kind of like Krampus that way. Sitting through it is a little dull, but remembering it is surprisingly more fun. It is growing on me just for how
Vegas?
bad it is, but what's the point in yapping about how ridiculous it is when I can just show you?
Here we go.
Let's go back to 2001 when Joe Dirt ruled the earth. This
That's
is
a
The
thing?
Mummy Returns. The film
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting day to say the least for The Mummy Returns. Though, bad CGI, I mean, fair at the time, but yeesh. But still, I mean, if we know about some of the stuff we see nowadays, yeah, more like we could just give it a pass. Well, not really, but you know what I mean, right? Anyway, off for The Mummy Returns.
film opens with the Scorpion King, played by Dwayne Johnson in his first movie, which may explain why he's still acting like he's in an SNL sketch,
Paco Masente!
but give him room to grow, leading an
True,
army
it's
to
his first
conquer the
movie.
known world. Egyptian fighting is fake, yo.
Whee!
Alright, clearly they have this battle won, or
They
not.
lost?
The Scorpion King and his army were defeated.
That's not the impression you were giving literally a second ago.
Yeah, he was
Even
like, yeah,
Rock
we're
has
gonna
a look
win!
like,
Aw,
we
man,
couldn't
he
even
lost.
show that? How are they cutting corners on an amazing budget of a little more than the last one?
One by one,
Like, even I would have been like, okay, seriously? You're not gonna show us how they lost? Like, I can imagine it was like some, like, spell or something. But no, they just show, like, hey, we're kicking ass, but we still lost. Like, what? How'd they lose? I mean, for the army, they look like they're fine, so what happened? Yeah, probably a plot hole to be like, okay, how did he lose the first time? Like, I mean, did he just get outplayed or something? Sheesh.
they slowly perished under the scorching sun.
Oh, waiter, check please.
If Anubis would spare his life and let him conquer his enemies, he would give him his soul.
You know, if every god granted that every time it was asked, a lot of people would have conquered the earth.
True.
The known world was then ruled by Steve, Jacob, Jacob's little sister Molly. Even Molly's cat offered his soul. I'm God. Like I said, not a ton more money for these effects. Clearly they put the rest of the budget towards, hey, no peeking.
Too late.
Anubis forced the Scorpion King to serve him.
We'd love to know what direction was given on that take. Alright, you're doing the hokey pokey as Tapia from Fiddler having a stroke being electrocuted by eels. Tell me this director wouldn't put it that way.
Yeah.
Hi, nobody told
Hey,
me
Fraser,
to stop
welcome back.
shooting, so I just stayed on set for 3 years. Brendan Fraser returns, that's Rick O'Connell, and he's accompanied by...
Hey, kid.
Ah, yes, adding a kid in a sequel is always the sign of great possibilities.
No, it's not.
Okay, not every kid added in a series is bad, but unless you give them something unique to work with, it's usually not a good sign. And literally, the first few lines this kid says establishes no character, he just explains exposition.
But I saw your tattoo on a wall by the entrance. There's a cartouche just like it.
It's not dialogue they're saying, it's verbal dotted lines on a treasure map. Just listen to Evelyn, played again by Rachel Weisz. Weisz? You'll disagree in the comments either way. Just listen to what one of her first lines are.
Ever since I had that dream, this place is all I can think about.
Ever since you had that dream, I haven't had...
Oh, sorry, you walked in 10 minutes late. Let me explain what the dream is. Wait, no, you didn't. That's the first we're introduced to that.
Yeah, low.
But there's not even time to explain this, as other people break in and try to stop them.
Drink from the Nile. Oh, that doesn't sound too bad.
Remember when finding a
was
lost
like-
city was kind of exciting? Remember when little hints were introduced before you saw the big stuff? Remember when meeting people meant actually getting to know them?
Yeah, like the
Just
first
start off in the mysterious city. The big stuff is given to you right away. If you don't know what that character is like, we're not gonna tell you. It's like the film is punishing you for missing scenes that aren't in the movie. Even a flood gets no reaction. Indiana Jones has seen the craziest shit, but he still reacts when a tsunami's coming at him. These two are like, well, if there's not a face on it, we don't care.
Mom, Dad,
Hi.
I can explain everything.
That's so what generic boy number 215 would say.
Pretty much.
Anyway, it's not like we need more explaining as we cut to other ruins
Yeah,
where
back
two new
to
characters introduce
City of the
themselves
Dead.
in a way only their unique identities could provide. Just kidding, it's
Nope.
more exposition.
The Book of the Dead gives life.
And the Book of the Living takes life away.
Does Stephen Sommers watch driving teachers like, wow, look
I
how
don't
they're
know.
instructed to do things. Streetcar Named Desire has nothing on this depth.
Get out of my way or I'm gonna
sorry.
shoot you in the face.
It looks like the men who tried to kill Rick and Evelyn show up at the dig.
Out of nowhere?
Bracelet. Need it before it opens.
Yeah.
That means he's dumb.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
It's more than I know about anyone else. They dig up Imhotep, but they need a bracelet that Rick and Evelyn discovered in order for them to continue their quest.
The lost oasis of Amshir.
Evie, I know what you're thinking, and the answer is no.
I'm not Indiana Jones, no matter how hard nobody wishes it. Okay, at least we can see them work some of the charm they had in the last movie. Have you not been watching more exposition, man?
The
Again?
last known expedition to actually reach Amshir was sent by Ramesses IV over 3,000 years ago.
What's that kid
Christ.
supposed to be like again? Who cares? Things! Things! Things!
Like, it's like cafeteria line anyway. Get what you need next.
You and
Get what you
Alex are
need.
the only thing that matter to me.
Best parents of the year or best of all time?
Yeah.
Ah,
No,
great.
no.
The one character I love to know less about is in this. Oh, what am I worried
Hey,
about?
welcome
There's
back.
so many plot threads in
Oh,
this, they
here we
only
go.
didn't allow him time to be annoying. Yep, called it.
Good evening.
What What are you doing here?
Skipping an episode of Lost for this shit.
I think not.
It looks like Ardith joins the
Hey,
battle.
Ardith, welcome back.
Again, doing an awful job stopping things from getting worse. He was there when Emotep was dug up. That would have been a good time to do something. And they fight them all off. Evelyn discovers, though, she suddenly has some new fighting moves.
Whoa, Mom! When did you learn to do that?
I have no idea.
Sure didn't help me in the last film.
Yeah, honestly, I always have. Not even gonna ask. Sorry, again. I'm really gonna put a noise filter on next time. Hey, anyway.
Or now.
Yep, forever.
Hang on, my only reason for existing is to be kidnapped. You got the wrong person.
Bad guys are here. Evie's been kidnapped. Let me guess.
They once again removed the creature from his grave.
I don't
God
mean to
damn it
point
again.
fingers, but isn't it your job to make sure that doesn't happen?
Hey!
He explains how these
Pretty
people
much.
are raising Emotep
Hey.
to take out the Scorpion King because whoever takes him out can rule the world.
You have the sacred
think
mark. That mark means you're a protector of man, a warrior for God, a magi.
Can we cut it from this movie and miss nothing? Yes.
Yep.
Why is it in this?
Big ways here.
Ooh, big movie. Ooh. Will there be more pointless
This is
shit like
supposed to be
this?
a prophecy
this is
thing.
pointless shit.
It was
No,
either
A couple of years ago, this would have seemed really strange to me.
Agreed. We did a good job killing the WoW in these films.
Pretty much. Oh, there's Emotep. Welcome back.
Emotep is resurrected and is immediately drawn to the reincarnation of his love named Mila. Look, she even brought British food.
I'll put you in your grave again. Burn her.
Yeah, we put that one together.
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised they didn't subtitle that one. They subtitled all the other ancient Egyptian, they said. Even earlier, like, but that one, it's just Shamul! And they just don't even do it? Like, so weird. But, you gotta admit, gotta love the callbacks. I mean, most sequels, like, even if they are sequels, they don't really take care to, like, get that plot that's in. But here, or at least, continuations. Here, no breakup in between the films. I mean, they're still married from what we've seen. The characters still there. They're still themselves. So, in a way, you gotta give them credit for that. So, I mean, not bad. I mean, still action movie-ish. So, I don't think the plot's kind of a big deal. But, again, you gotta give them credit for, sticking to the continuity of the first film. Just saying. What?
God, we almost went a whole minute without any action. Sorry about that, audience. Hopefully somebody explained some shit to you while we weren't fighting.
Oh,
Emotep
and
resurrects more mummies in the most goofy way imaginable. I think Marvin the
And
Martian
these guys
adding
again.
water had more dignity. And they, of course, chase them down.
Oh, I hate mummies.
I'm hoping to turn that into a Garfield
Cycle.
shirt in the future. Copyright Rick O'Connell.
Alright, Fraser. Nice, Evie.
Tries using Three Stooges moves on them because nothing matters, and they eventually fight them off.
Alright?
This was my first bus ride.
Ah! Personality! Rick and Evelyn once again completely ignore their son. I mean, the
Yeah,
shot
right
is just
there.
awkward,
That's like-
allowing him to be kidnapped.
Way to go, you two. Good job, dummies.
I think. Pretty sure it begins with an A.
Yeah, I gotta give them credit, or I gotta give them. That's on you. I mean, hello, you still got enemies coming at you. How about save the schmoozing for later, huh? And before they ask, yeah, they know about the bracelet that's gonna kill their son in about 3-4 days. I don't know. Yeah, basically, don't get it to the Oasis. He's dead. Yeah. And also, the double decker. Yeah, they had a car, but anyway, moving on. Sorry, I had nothing else.
So Mila explains to Emotep about how he was brought back to destroy the Scorpion King, and that in order to defeat him, he'll need a special scepter. So we're at the 50-minute mark, and just to give you an idea, in the first film, at the 50-minute mark, we were given the backstory, introduced to our characters, told about a lost city of riches, and they travel to it. Here we're given the backstory, introduced-ish to our characters, are told about a lost city, told about a past life, told about a marked hand, fight off scavengers, fight off a cult, discover a map, watch Evelyn get kidnapped, resurrect Imhotep, resurrect his guards, fight off the guards, rescue Evelyn, resulting in the son being kidnapped, and we're not even halfway through the movie. Yes, less happened in the first one, but they allowed the characters to react to what was happening. Despite being the bare bone minimum in terms of development, they still met that bare bone minimum. This is just that old Fireball Island game. It looks cool, but it's just rules being explained and board pieces being moved around to get to a goal. Granted, a ton of great cinema has come from board games, but unless you're Clue, that's not something you want to mimic.
There you go.
Oh, you want even more pointless bullshit? How about this? The bracelet with the map is stuck to the boy, and unless he gets to the location in a few days, it'll kill him. Again, you could totally cut this and not miss a damn thing, but for some reason, it's in the film.
My dad is going to kick your ass.
That line got a big laugh.
British
in the
stars.
theater.
What do you
I
think?
hated my audience. I'm pretty sure they hated me.
True.
Imhotep glides in on puppet strings to suck the life out of the scavengers. I will admit this part's pretty badass. And we cut to Rick and Evelyn trying to get a ride from an old friend.
Honey, you're not a subtle man.
We don't have time for subtle.
Somers was thinking of legally changing that to his new name.
Time for subtle.
He eventually agrees, and they travel via balloon, which they say is a terrible idea because it's not made for battle. The pilot disagrees, though, and eventually discovers it's not made for battle.
You think?
I want him back, Rick.
Don't worry, we'll get him back.
I want him in my arms.
I know.
I'm remembering all the times we pretended he didn't exist as well. Oh, and for whatever reason, I'm not entirely sure why, Rachel Weisz is awful in the rest of this. I don't know if the fatigue of just saying shit they have to do finally got to her, but from this point on, she completely gives up.
I want him back, Rick. Alex left us his tie. No, they're memories from my previous life. Make me proud. It's the Temple Island of Philae. They've gone to Philae. Exactly. I was its protector.
I haven't worked for a year to defeat the Military Creation Act, to not be here when its fate is decided.
I guess to her credit, they wrote it better than what do kids say in kids' things? Have the kids say that.
Are you there yet?
No.
Are you there
Yeah,
yet?
there we go.
Are you there yet?
No.
Are you there yet?
No.
I heard a child say those words and everything ever written. He has an identity now.
You can't go when someone's watching. I don't trust you, you'll look.
To know the ghost of playing with fire was haunting screenplays before it even existed. The kid escapes just to be recaptured exactly 40 seconds later. Do higher budgets mean less editors? And I guess we're finally shown what's going on with Evelyn's dreams.
Yeah. By the way, that's the Pharaoh's
so this
wife
is where
there,
we
right?
get that Lucas Rowling stuff where a series tries to act like an out-of-nowhere plot thread that makes no sense was always planned from the beginning. We see Evelyn, who looks as Egyptian as Jeffrey Rush,
Nefertiti, I
is
think.
actually the reincarnation of the Pharaoh's daughter, the sister of Imhotep's lover. I know you're thinking we'll see some interesting development between them, but have you watched a frame of this? It's just more fighting. Take that, patriarchy.
What did I do?
But here's what I love about this. In the first film, Imhotep sees Evelyn as his long-lost love, despite looking nothing like her. Now, you could say he hadn't seen a woman in years, so he got confused, or even he just picked the first hot woman he saw and said, close enough, I'm gonna reincarnate her anyway. But now with this film, after he reincarnates his love to her physical form, giving herself the Heimlich, how do you tell her, oh, by the way, I totally had the hots for your sister when you were dead? Yeah, I looked her up and down. I was totally obsessed. I was even going to bring you back in her. How would you like that? Being reincarnated in the person responsible for your death. That would have been fun, looking in the mirror every day. Speaking of which, what was Mila's plan? Yes, I'll help Imhotep take over the world and have my soul completely erased from my body. I'm sorry, what's in this for me again? The only thing I believe in this movie is that you're sisters, because you're both dumb as rocks.
Whoa!
Jesus, Evelyn, can't you even stand without me having to save you? As the journey continues, the boy, I guess, leaves clues to let them know where they're going next. That I don't think a professional butter sculptor could carve better. Imhotep catches on to the clues being left behind, and let's see, what'd I do, a sand face in the last one? Okay, let's water it down.
Literally water. And high CG face again.
How are these effects getting worse in these movies?
You got me.
This looks like an extreme 90s ad for mouthwash.
Tired of plaque buildup in those hard-to-reach places? Listerine can wash it all away!
Our heroes run out of gas and the wave completely crushes them. Well, it'll be interesting to see how they get out of this.
We're gonna go get my son, then we're gonna want to get out of here fast, so make this work, Izzy.
Yeah, you're right. It would have been boring. Everything else you've shown in this is moving on.
I mean, the last one died, so
Evelyn is
figured
taught how
to show
to use
him
a gun, and the crew come across mummy gremlins. Emotep seems to be in control of them, yet they still wipe out all his men. You figure that one out.
Oops.
But I will admit, these things can be a little
too.
funny. I like how they run on top of drowning people. I like how a man screaming frightens them, even though it doesn't make any sense. They've seen a ton of people scream. And this moment with the stick of dynamite is hands down the funniest in the movie.
Hey. Oops.
I don't even care if they throw in this Strangelove homage. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm still riding the high of this scene.
Yeah, fair enough.
Play one more time.
Go ahead.
That's the real treasure of the movie.
Yep.
I missed you so much. Shut the hell up, more exposition.
Told me the bracelet will kill me if I don't get inside the pyramid before the sun hits it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a cuter
She's
one.
like, does this movie need Ritalin? What 5-year-old on espresso ice cream
God damn
wrote
it again.
this?
Dad! The bracelet!
Yeah, no, I got you.
What's it slowing you down? Why is every child and woman in this completely useless?
Harsh,
They
but
make it to the temple in time. Again, have no idea why
Yeah, you're
that was
in.
written in. But the bad guys catch up and kill Evelyn. Or, gauging her reaction, just called her fat.
She's going to be alright.
Take him.
Don't worry, we'll recast her. I'm pretty sure she lives in this one. We'll still recast her.
yeah, I mean, she is
So
going to
I'm
be
not gonna lie,
recasted.
the mix of his overacting, her underacting, and the melodramatic music, despite all the advertising clearly showing she has more scenes, makes this dramatic moment unintentionally
Yeah.
hilarious.
Oh my.
Like, is this like the point for this? Like,
Who's Alex?
Who's
oh,
Alex?
right, that thing we never
Right,
look after. Blinking a lot means death, right?
Amy, come back. Come back.
Christ.
Amy.
I'm sorry. I don't know if this was like someone's Mufasa death or something like that. I apologize. Just, this is really funny to me. I don't
Harsh,
even get
but
it.
yeah.
She goes back and forth saying, oh, I have special badass powers from ancient royalty, yet half the time she's taken out like a house of cards made of tracing paper.
Yeah,
It
yoink.
doesn't add up.
Critic, you simply don't understand reincarnation.
Oh, and you do, Tamra?
Yes.
How would you know? What? Go right back.
Excuse me. I have to go take care of something.
You alright?
Sorry about that. Someone tried to break in.
But what's with the
Oh, I'm the reincarnation of Lagertha.
Viking warrior?
Yeah, so I know about combat training and sword fights. I mean, History Channel's hit me up a few times.
Wait, what's up with your
Did
hand?
you just tell
He
yourself?
woke back up and overpowered me.
What about the combat training and the...
Well, that's not my arc, Critic. My next door neighbor is on an emotional journey and needs to prove himself by saving me.
Unhand her, you swine! Oh, well, when do you prove yourself?
Preferably when it's hot. Oh, a lady assassin, clearly with an exotic backstory. That should do.
Need any help, or...
No, Critic, when it's hot, we're suddenly invincible.
Women's stunt work is more complex than I thought.
Back then, what do you expect? Okay, let's be real. Nowadays, I don't think that's gonna fly, because, you know, woke crowds and all that. Like, let's be real. They would never let that fly. I mean, heck. I mean, WWE didn't take them seriously until 2015. 14 years after this. Hey. I'm just saying. Hey, took a while, but we're there. But anyway.
Emotep enters the temple and...
Yoink.
Okay, this is meant to be awful, right?
Are we
Not
sure
just
this is
corny
still
or
a
over the
B-movie?
top. I mean, this is Battlefield Pyramid, right? It looks like his
I mean, did
powers
you
are
not
taken
think
away
that?
while Rick begins comforting his son, who just lost his mother, by abandoning him again. The
least
real
he
treasure is
got
the
this.
people we leave behind along the way.
Whoa.
Did they say no to any effects in this? No,
Whoa.
apparently not, as an army of jackals
the-
rise, and the army of, we kinda want to stop the apocalypse, are there to face them. A day may come when we fight an enemy that actually looks like they're in front of us, but it is not this day. This day we're in a Mummies Alive cartoon! Meanwhile, Rick faces off with Emotep.
Whee!
Kicked him back on his feet. That was pretty stupid. But again, to the film's credit, it is kind of cool seeing these two duke it out.
Yeah.
I mean, in the last one, it was all about Rick fighting the powers of the mummy. Here, it's one-on-one combat, and it is a little
no powers,
badass.
just basically.
While that's going on, Evelyn is brought back to life by believing in fairies, like it even matters. And she, of course, faces off against Mila.
But Mom!
No,
I got it.
Come on, Alex.
So,
I'll be just fine.
Lady, you have done everything possible to
fine.
prove you will never be fine. I trust Princess Peach with a sign-reading dragons do it for me over you. Eventually, the Scorpion King is revealed, and we see it. An effect which will live in infamy. I think everyone has talked about how terrible these effects are, and what else can I add but good God, they still look awful. Just to give you an idea how bad this was, Lord of the Rings was released the same year. So if you're asking me, were these good effects at the time? No. They are as embarrassing then as they are now. It just doesn't make sense why they wouldn't put the real Rock in there. Like, you could CG the Scorpion half, it looked like shit, but we're used to that in this movie. We want to see the Rock in his first film. And instead, we get the video game version of himself. The only difference, he actually does his own voice in the video game. That sounded like Patty and Selma if they talked in unison. Like a lot of this.
Yeah, honestly, I think it would have been like had him come out like in the Scorpion King gear, like, who dares raise my army, or something like that. I don't know. Like maybe have him fight for a while, then turn into a giant scorpion. Like at least then we still have a chance or something. I don't know why he did the half and half. Like, come on. Would be kind of cool to see him kick butt. You know, Brendan Fraser versus The Rock. I want to see that happen. Anyway.
This movie, it's so bad, it's hugely funny. Can you smell what the FX artists are shitting? Rick realizes something Chosen One again. You don't miss a thing if I don't tell you. And he uses the golden scepter to finally kill.
Yeah, ironically, it was
another not meant to be
brother
funny,
that got
but
it.
So goddamn funny reaction.
No! It's just like this cute and like
legit like
he was out of place and he had to rush in to do that. Just no!
Cry laugh at some of these moments. It's like a super
oh wait, I'm supposed to be over there.
No! The Scorpion King, you look like ass, but I do ya!
And take your friends with you!
I do like that the finishing one-liner has more of a purpose than just being a finishing one-liner, as the Scorpion King has to do whatever he's told after he's defeated. So he drags all his armies back to hell.
Go to hell and take your friends with you. Bye-bye.
God, how many CG faces can you put on things? Hey, Sommers, what's your idea for Mummy 5? A lamp with a face! Ooh!
No! Get out of here! Just get out of here!
Well, you have saved her more times than the Fuller House cast has teeth. I think she owes you at least one.
Devilwing!
And see ya. Yeesh, heartbreak.
I see now. The true monster was lack of commitment. Speaking of which, most of us won't be back for the third one.
Yeah, I'm done.
On even more amazing effects.
Hey! Hey, baby!
I never thought I'd say this, but I miss the dignity of Indiana Jones looking at a UFO. And they make it out okay.
I thought I almost lost you there.
Would you like to know what heaven looks like?
You weren't in it. The family's reunited, which once again means keeping the sun away as far as friggin' possible. And they all live happy-keyed ever after. And that was The Mummy Returns. I know it has its fans, and if I'm in the right mood, I kinda can be.
True.
I mean,
it's
look,
like a piecemeal kind of deal.
No, put the camera back
you
on
like
me.
what you like.
It's awful. But sometimes it's so bad, it can be enjoyable. If it had more character, or Christ, any character, I would probably get more into it, despite it being so idiotic. But because it is nothing but action and exposition every single second, it does get tiring. I think that shows with the reception. I mean, it did technically make more money than the first one, but not a ton more. People did seem to like it, but not as much as the first, and some of these scenes are talked about for how bad they are, even to this day. Had I seen this as a kid, maybe I would enjoy it more. I mean, it does have a lot more monsters and energy, which a lot of kids do like. But without even the bare minimum of character, it's just a stunt show, where half the stunts are bad CGI. But what do you think? Am I being too much of a sourpuss and not having fun with a mindless movie? Or is there too little mind for even a mindless movie to give leeway? Let me know in the comments if you think this film is a corny classic or the first render of a bad video
honestly, that was better. I think you
I'm
get
a
more
nostalgia
like
guy,
that.
remember? So you don't have to.
Yeah, to each your own.
Come back. Come back.
Yeah, you can definitely hear a laugh. There you go, The Mummy Returns. Honestly, yeah. Outside the best CG, like, you can definitely see a movie in there, but, yeah, not much of it feels. Like, it's a mixed match to be, like, just action movie, but, I don't know. What do you guys think? Honestly, I think if it depended more, or at least upgraded the CGs a bit more, yeah, you can see where it goes, but here, oof. Just a bad mix that just did not work. Till next time, like, subscribe for more. Adios.